This is January, a knight. He's 60 and he's ready to find a wife. He thinks that a man without his wife is hopeless and lost. He wants a wife no older than 20 because he wants to train her to be the best wife. January decides to talk to his brothers, Justinus and Placebo, for advice. Placebo thinks that January is making the right decision. Justinus thinks that he should be more cautious when it comes to choosing a wife. January thought long and hard about who he would choose to be his wife. They made a decision. January would marry a maid named May. January and May got married right away. January was amazed and put into a trance by her beauty. Everyone was happy except for a squire named Damien. Damien was in love with May and it hurt him to see her with January. After the wedding, January and May go home to celebrate being married. January starts to question where Damien is. The other squires cover for Damien and say he is sick. So January sent May to check on Damien and to send him their best regards. While May was with Damien, he gave her a love note. May felt bad, so she gave him a love note in return and put it under his pillow. January has a garden that only he has a key to. One day, January went blind and became very jealous and protective of May, making her hold his hand and guide him everywhere. May was sad because she couldn't see Damien anymore. Damien was also sad, so they created secret hand signals to communicate. May then makes a mold of the key to the garden and then gives it to Damien and he makes a copy of it. January decides to go for a walk with May in the garden. May signals for Damien to enter into the garden before them. Once inside the garden, May then signals Damien to climb up into a pear tree. Pluto, king of the fairyland, and his wife, Queen Proserpina, descended into the garden. Pluto wants to restore January's vision so he can see what May is doing to him. While walking, May tells January that she wants a pear, so January gets down and helps May climb into a tree with Damien. She gets in the tree and she begins doing stuff with Damien. Pluto gives January his sight back. January sees what his wife is doing and becomes furious. Proserpina provides May with an excuse so that January never knows the truth. May then explains to January that it wasn't what he thinks and that his sight is not fully recovered. January forgives her. January apologized for not believing her and for being wrong about what he saw. They returned home and they lived happily ever after.